Child of divorce. This is Keeping It Real with Jackie. Again, keeping it real with myself. As a child of divorce, I watched my parents argue constantly. My dad would take us on the weekends, and my mom and dad used to not want to be around each other. Being married, it's like they would go their separate ways. And it was always hard because we didn't understand why he would always take us out on the weekends. Why couldn't we do family things on the weekends? It would just be us with my dad visiting relatives. And I didn't used to understand why my mom would go to bingo so much. Why she didn't want to eat dinner with us at night. Why was it just my dad and us? And for a long time, it was just us with my dad. Like, even on Christmas morning, we would wait till my mom got off work, and he would be there overnight on Christmas Eve, and he would be tired from working, and we would wait until he woke up and wait until she got home. We weren't able to open our presents. And it can be hard coming from a divorce, because it makes you feel like any relationship or marriage, you want to make it work. It makes you feel like you have something to prove. And I always said, if I found that man and I got married, there would be no divorce. There would be no separation. And when my mom started dating guys, and I saw guy after guy come in and out of our homes, it would make me feel bad, because they weren't my father. And I would have these men in my house, and I would get so angry that I wrote a diary calling my mother every name in the book, from whore to bitch, because I didn't have the guts to tell her how I felt. I felt like she betrayed our family. I was blaming her for everything. And I wanted my dad back. And what people don't understand, when your parents aren't together, that's all you want, is your parents to be back together. You want a family. And when single moms bring random men around their children, they don't think about that. What are their children thinking inside? How are they looking at these men that are temporary, that they know deep in their hearts are not going to be around? So when you bring your child around men, think about that. Think about what they're feeling inside. Think about how they're looking at you as a mother. Seeing you with different guys that's not their father. It's breaking their heart little and little at a time. And when that man leaves, you're stuck having to explain why the relationship didn't work every time. And even in the men's point of view, the man should know that when you deal with a woman who has children, you're dealing with a whole package. You're not just going to hurt her, you're going to hurt her kids. And that's what a lot of men didn't understand, who walked out in and out of our lives. Whether we liked them or not, they didn't think of how we felt. They didn't care enough to think about what we would go through. All they knew was that the relationship was over. And even if you break up, it's not the same. At the end of the day, the kid only wants their father, or somebody to look at them, see them, not just their mom. And it can hurt your kid in the long run. So as a child of divorce, I know what it feels like. I ate my emotions. I became obese. I didn't talk about anything. I sat in my room wishing my parents would come to their senses, wishing that it would be different, that God would hear my prayers and take me out of that cruel space I was in mentally. That my dad would come back. That my family would be whole again. And that can affect me for the rest of my life. But it takes time to get past something like that as a child of divorce.